In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the WalkingPad C2. This is one of WalkingPad's most popular, most lightweight, and most compact options available. So if you are looking for a foldable treadmill to get some more steps in while you're working, just keep watching. Now, just so the disclosure's out of the way, my first ever WalkingPad, that is the R1 model. I made a review on this one last year. That one I completely purchased on my own. I spent my own money on it. However, my current WalkingPad that I'm going to be talking about today, this is the C2 model, and this one WalkingPad did actually send me to review. I reached out to them a few months ago and asked them if they'd be willing to send it to me in order to make some updated reviews comparing the two models and kind of showcasing the different options. And so they sent this one to me. However, they are not reviewing this content. I'm free to say whatever I want, and I will be sharing a lot of things that I actually don't really like about this WalkingPad. So let's get into it. WalkingPad also gave me a custom referral discount coupon code. So I'll put that in the description box. I think you should be able to stack it with other coupons that they have, or at least it's worth a try, and it does support me when you use that link. So I'll put that down in the description. The assembly process was really quite easy. All there really was to it was to open up the box, take out the WalkingPad, and then plug it in. It was really quite simple. The only thing that was a bit challenging is moving the box because it is about 63 pounds. So if you're by yourself, it may be useful to have someone to help you with that, but it was really quite easy. And then the only other step in terms of setting it up is getting the app. Number one, use it as a remote control. So if you don't have the remote, you can actually change the speed with it. And then you can also use it to track your metrics over time. So there's really not that much to display actually on the WalkingPad. So if you want to see like your trends over time or really many stats for like a specific walk, you really need the app in order to be able to do that. But it's really pretty easy. You just connect it with Bluetooth and that's it. Now let's talk about some of the specs of the C2 treadmill. So I'll put on the screen kind of everything that they have as far as the specs, but in terms of the basics, the price is $599. However, I would say don't buy it full price. There's pretty much always sales, and I also will have a discount affiliate link down in my description, so check that out and it will save you some money as well. This treadmill also comes in 5 colors. I got the blue one and I think it is very stylish. I like this blue color. Now, when it comes to the speed, this is something that you're definitely going to want to keep in mind because this is not like a regular treadmill where you can go up to like 10 miles per hour, 12 miles per hour, or something like that. However, the speed of this treadmill only goes from 0.5 miles per hour to 3.72 miles per hour. Now, 3.72 is not really fast enough to do like a full-on like run, but it is pretty fast for an under desk treadmill. Like I tried to just go on for 3.72 miles per hour pretty quickly, and it is like a light jog. So I think it would be pretty difficult to do that while you're running. So I think it should be pretty good coverage for the speed you would want when you're walking, but just note you're not going to be able to like train for a marathon probably on this thing. This treadmill has 2 different modes. It has manual mode and automatic mode, which is represented with this M and the A. The manual mode is basically just like a normal treadmill where you set the time or you set the speed and it just goes at that speed. The automatic mode is a little bit different where basically it like changes speed automatically depending on where you are on the treadmill and kind of how fast you're going. I'm gonna be honest, I've never really gotten the automatic mode to work for me. I think you need to be walking like really close to the front of the treadmill for it to work normally. And normally this part is like under my desk. So I haven't really gotten it to work. I find it really finicky and it just keeps like stopping and starting and it just doesn't really work that well for me. But the manual mode works just fine. So I tend to stick with that. Now, this particular WalkingPad is meant to be more compact than some of their other models. So this one, when it's unfolded, is 56.88 inches long, 20.39 inches wide, and 4.92 inches tall. Now, the real test is, am I able to fit this under my couch? Because that is what all of the advertisements are showing, are people like sliding this under their sofa or under a bed or something, and it's like very easy to tuck away. So let's give this one a try. In terms of what I like about the C2 model walking pad. I really like how compact it is. I do like that I am able to get it under my couch like this. In comparison, my R1 model, I cannot fit under there. I have to put it like on the side like this. And then of course, I feel like the biggest benefit is being able to get some more steps in during the day. Personally, I walk about 2 miles per hour when I'm walking on the walking pad while I'm working. So I really like being able to get some exercise in, even on days when I'm not going to the gym or I'm not doing like a specific workout. So I think that is probably the biggest benefit. I also find that it improves my concentration when I'm working because I have my body moving and I feel like I'm less fidgety and I'm actually able to concentrate more on what I'm working on. Now, what I'm pointing at right now is the single biggest problem that I have had with the walking pad, and that is electrical problems. Now, this has manifested in different ways. I used to live in an older building, and with the R2 model, my R2 would trip the circuit breaker, especially at higher speeds. I have tried a lot of different fitness equipment. On my channel even, I've reviewed multiple exercise bikes, multiple rowing machines, a climber, mirrors, like all these different things. And I've never had any of them trip my circuit breaker or have any problems like not being able to get enough power from my outlet. And that was the whole reason that I got that model, was in order to go like jogging pace. But I just totally gave that up and I basically would only go on it maximum like 2.5 miles per hour. Even then, it would still sometimes trip my circuit breaker. And this was even when it was plugged into completely its own outlet. So that was not the problem. And it was just super annoying. It was like I couldn't use any other appliances plugged in while I was using my walking pad. Now, more recently, I moved into a new apartment and I thought that that would fix the issue. But even now, like my circuit breaker won't be tripped by the walking pad. However, what will happen is other appliances that are plugged into not just like the same outlet, but this whole wall that I assume is like using the same circuit or something. I don't really know anything about electricity, but I assume it's like sharing the same electricity. Basically, if I'm using this thing and I'm walking on it, I can't even use my computer monitor because even though they're not plugged into the same outlet, they're plugged into the same wall. And when I'm walking on this thing, what will happen is my computer monitor will just periodically like turn black, and pretty frequently, like every like 30 seconds, it will just turn black for a few seconds. And it's to the point where I literally cannot even use my computer monitor when I'm walking on this thing. And this is also an issue in my last apartment as well. It's very annoying. And I thought in a newer place, I would not have that problem, but you need to be really careful with this thing. And if you have other electronics that you need to plug into the same wall or the same circuit while you're planning on using this thing, just know that will likely be a problem for you. If it's not, lucky for you, but definitely plan on that being a problem and make sure you have at least a standalone outlet for this thing, or you could have even more problems. Another thing I don't like about the walking pad is I don't like that when you're walking, especially without shoes, which I tend to do, you can feel a seam in the middle of the treadmill, basically at the point where the two sides fold together. So personally, I get used to it. It doesn't really bother me too much, but it is something that you may notice. If you're interested in the sound, here is me walking on the walking pad with 1 mile per hour speed. This is kind of what it would sound like if you were on like a Zoom call with me. So I don't know. I think it's like a little bit distracting, but you could probably cancel it out with maybe some like Zoom sound reduction or wearing noise canceling headphones or something. Another downside of the C2 model is the weight limit is only 220 pounds, which I feel like is really not that high at all. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. And if you want to see my review on the R1 model that I did last year, check that out. I'll put a link somewhere around here. And until next time, bye.